Okay, welcome back. And today is 30 minutes late, mostly just because of laziness, sort of. When I get up in the morning and I feel kind of, I don't know, tired or like I didn't get enough sleep or whatever, and I basically go in the living room, basically turn the TV and the computer on. I don't actually watch anything on the computer. It's just I have it ready because we watch some stuff before I actually get in here and do anything in here. Uh, and so yeah, I was just this morning I was just kind of meh, and I started playing on a mobile phone game that I have that I waste too much time on. And so I started our meal late, and then I made our meal, and it was almost time was up, and so we just decided, well, why don't I just go half an hour later? So going to going to 1:30 Eastern, and then I'm gonna take my hour break, and then start at 2:30 and go to 4 o'clock, which I tend to do anyways, 4 o'clock. So we're gonna try to make it though where I'm actually done at 4 o'clock this time though. So there's that. Okay, so I guess the next thing I'm gonna do is I might eventually go to like different screen caps. I might go to the different site, whatever. I might get more images. I don't know. But we are going to go ahead and continue with this animation backgrounds blog here. This guy named Rob Richards, whoever he is, and cartoon Michael Sporn's animations blog. My Disney blog told you what. Anyway, okay, so yesterday I got in some shots of Alice in Wonderland, and so now the next one, of course, would be Peter Pan. It's probably going to be grayed out here. Um, I might not get to some backgrounds from Tex Avery because the MGM deals here don't have them. But I am going to go ahead and probably just use this for just the rest of them because this is just supposed to be kind of inspiration, more or less, or kind of an idea of what I'm thinking of. I might even include some Pinocchio backgrounds, even though it was 1940 or is it 1941? Can't remember exactly, but I liked the backgrounds in Pinocchio, so I might. They're still a little bit subdued though, like sort of like Snow White, watercolor-ish. But some of the backgrounds are pretty good in that. Anyways, we're gonna go to Peter Pan. All right, and we're gonna do what I always do. I'm gonna pick ones I like. These are a little fuzzy, but that's okay. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's a inspiration thing. Actually, I like all of these. I'll take all of them. How about that? Here. Let's open image in new tab. Open image in new tab. Um, yeah, let's do that. And then the rest of these, as good as they are, um, yeah, that, and there is that. Let's open that one in there. That's pretty cool. Okay, so let's close that. Let's go see if there's any more. Everland continued. I like these are the backgrounds here, I think, even more than Alice in Wonderland, which at times are pretty simplistic. So this is the more painterly look that I'm looking for, honestly. So Cinderella and this, if I had to lock it down to like two movies, I think I'd not lock it down to Cinderella and this. Tab and that's okay. I know where that's at. That's where the um the Indians, sorry, Native Americans. No, Native Americans. Shoot, even some Native Americans still call themselves Indians. It's just and I know they're not from India. I get it. American Indians are uh people that were here before us, most of us Europeans. Uh, so I call them American Indians because Columbus thought he was sailing towards the West Indies and ended up over here, and so he called them Indians from the West Indies. Uh, and then of course Indian Americans are completely different. Indian Americans are people that are from India that are now American citizens, naturalized in some way, or even you could even say those of descent, Indian descent, that is, people descended from people from India. Although, unless you're a first generation American, you're no longer an Indian American. You're just an American. You know, I'm just an American. I'm not a European. I'm not an Irish American, an English American, or a German American. I got a little bit of each of those in my family. Um, I'm not a European American, right? I am an American. Okay, right? My family's been in here, you know, for over 100 years. I mean, 100. I could say 100 because my grandfather, right? So he would have been. I was probably born around the, 100 something years. My family has at least been in the U.S. I don't know any further than that because I haven't actually did any searching. But so I'm just straight up American, right? So if you are second generation or later American, you're American. You're not whatever country, you know. Uh, People with dark skin, I hesitate to call them black and white because we're not black and white. We're the same shades of the same color, really. They have more melanin. Darker skinned people, black people, uh, have more melanin in their skin, which gives them a darker hue than us who have less, right? Um, but I tend to start using the work term dark skin and light skin American, you know, dark and light, dark meat and light, dark meat. Well, I know we say white, I know we say dark meat and white meat, but dark and light. Okay, dark skin and light skin, right? And every shade in between. You're not African American unless you had just come from Africa and you just became an American citizen. Then you're an African American. But if you were born here and only your parents were African descent, they're African Americans. You're just American. Okay, I hate to break it to you. You're not African American. You're American, right? Only ones that are American citizens that were was born elsewhere, that was born in Africa, are African Americans. That might include Elon Musk, right? As far as I know, Elon Musk is an American citizen now. He was born in South Africa, even though he's white, light skin. I don't know why I'm going on. Sorry about that. Yeah, because I was saying Indians. Okay, so this is the point of where um, Wendy, Michael, and John are with the Lost Boys, and they get attacked, quote unquote, attacked by Indians, and um, they're using the trees as cover until they close in on them. And then later on, you find out it's a game that the Lost Boys play with the Indians there, and except for this last time because Tiger Lily has been captured by Captain Hook. Anyways, I digress, right? Um, Yeah, Mary Blair. Mary Blair was a chief kind of concept artist, you might say. Let's put that in there. Um, this is reconstructed. This is actually a cell here. This is a rock. Actually, this is probably the what was it? Was it hippo? They're going across. They're jumping across the lake there, or the water, and this is an actual cell. This is an actual not part of the background here, which is kind of cute, I guess. New tab. Oh, that okay. Hippopotamus, right? Um, shoot. Okay. Even though I'm looking for just for backgrounds mostly, I might keep that one with the actual animation cells in it. Yeah, this is all pretty good. Here, I can do that too. I'll just have to basically narrow it down. So, okay, so everything is so 35 minutes. Okay, so this time I started at 12, so 11:30. So, 12:35. So 35 minutes is when I should call it quits and start closing things up. Yeah. Following the leader, sequence of boys remaining steadfast little soldiers on the left. Yeah, I like this. Zooms out, shows the suspicious looking rock cell overlay. Then zooms out as the hippo rises from the water. Anyways, I don't mind the characters being. I don't mind it being like a screenshot or whatever either. Okay. Ah, ah. Actually, like some of these. Oh, here, let's go. That's not a particularly great looking thing. I mean, obviously, Skull Island. It's supposed to be Skull Island. Skull Island? Yeah, I'm thinking of the King Kong Skull Island thing, but this is what they call this, right? In Peter Pan? Skull Rock? Skull Rock, maybe. Anyways, that's kind of ugly looking. It's adequate for a background, and what it's meant to look ugly because it's supposed to be like foreboding and stuff. Here, let's open that up. That one. Uh, that one for sure. Okay. All right, a lot of Peter Pan shots here. It's kind of good, but a lot to choose from. Let's do this one. Open and tab. That. Dang. See, I like this too. Too many things in here. Tinkerbell. 2007, man. A long time ago. Let's see some of the London recreations. Let's open that. That almost looks like the Disney Street. You can bet that the Disney Street basically was the Walt Disney Pictures back lot, and they had a street that they filmed a lot of their stuff on, basically, over and over. Um, the Mary Poppins Street, and then we had Johnny Tremaine and the Shaggy Dog, believe it or not. Basically anything that needed a house. Probably the Absent-Minded Professor it shows up in there too. It's one street they always have in their things. Older posts. Okay. Wow. So that's a lot to choose from. So that's what I am doing today, right? I don't know if this whole thing of oh, Exzel, he said. Under please. What's up? Okay. So many good ship shots. You know what? We're gonna check that out. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna decide here. Probably, I like this close up. Almost. Um, yeah, well, I guess we'll leave this one out. This was pretty good, but I'll leave it out. We'll leave this just in case, to maybe for a round two. That I like that one a lot. This is foliage and stuff. It's a good example, but it's not really. I don't need this one. I like this one. Uh, keep that one for right now. We'll chunk that one. This one, leave it in for just now. I like that one too. I definitely like that one. I don't need that one. That's all right. That's a good one. That's okay, and that's okay. Uh, how many you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I gotta reduce it to 5. Okay. I'm gonna say, let's knock this one out. Now, that's 11. Now, I like the close up and the detail. I like the way the light is falls on the doghouse and how soft that looks and all that. I just like the whole vibe of this, so keep that one. Honestly, this is a really important. This is the window where they leave. They fly out the window. Peter, Wendy, and Michael and John fly out of here. And this is not a bad background either, but like I can keep only one. I think I like this better. I mean, I like the kind of the way shadows and stuff goes. I like this a lot. Okay. Yeah. I like this one a lot too. When I look at it, it's pretty stark, right? But it's still the same. I don't need like a day and night thing, right? At least not right now because I'm not really um looking for it. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost. Eh, well, let's see. Let me see if there's some other ones I don't like. These are kind of semi-arbitrary. You know what? This one's kind of blurry, just because probably the source that I took it from, and it's all angular and stuff, and it's good, but it's not. Here, I'm gonna take that one out. Um, this is a bunch of foliage. Um, it's a little too busy. It's a little too busy for my inspiration thing. It's not busy like if I'm gonna make a forest or something, or actually, it's a good thing. Forest kind of stuff. I like this one a lot. I'm gonna leave it, even though it's got all that foliage over there on purpose. I really love this one. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I still need to nix 2 of them. It's between this, which I kind of like. I like the detail here, um, the way the light goes, but I also get a good thing from this. Let's do that. So now we have 6. Now, so now, what would be the last one to remove? you might think that this would be the last one to remove, but no, I like the idea of the wood thing, the lighting, and just sort of the vibe it gets. There's that. Um, I know, uh, I know I like tend to pick close-up stuff because I like the look of the detail and stuff, right? So this would be a good, nice, inspirational one, but um, I don't know, maybe I could trade. Maybe I could drop the nano one. I really like it, but maybe I could just I'll leave it to these ones because this is a sort of a still an inspiration thing, right? So save image as. Okay, right. Say okay. We're gonna make sure all these are say PP on it. That doesn't sound right, but you know, here, either okay. Save. Save image as. Pan. This is supposed to be a small. See, the thing is, SM usually means small, and so that would indicate that there was a bigger version of this. But for some reason, I don't think there's a bigger version of this. See, it's another. This is another quote unquote small one. We don't care right now. I might even get other ones. I might replace them. I might not replace them, but instead, uh, I might add to them. Whatever. We'll see. Save images as. Doesn't really matter what the number and stuff is. I can rename that later. There we go. What time is it? 12:26. Okay, so the next one I can look at is Lady in the Tramp, and I might have to be quick about this because I got about 10 minutes, and I can even go into 15 minutes, but no longer than that, right? So let's go ahead and do Lady in the Tramp. Oh yeah, these are great. Yeah. See, I like these close-up detail deals. Okay. Just getting ones I like. I like that one pretty good. Mm, kind of simplistic here, but I don't know. A lot of these are from the view of a dog, so they're like lower. Tony's restaurant. Okay, let's close that. Mm, that one. A lot of these, I like these a lot. Okay. Continued. Uh, okay. Let's see what we got here. And tend to notice, even in the other ones too, they do a lot of the with the foreground shots as if it's like taking a picture underneath something. Dang. Yeah, that's okay. I can skip that. Okay, nothing older. All right, that's like a billion pictures. Okay, this one's a little dark, like that, that, that one. It's good, but we're gonna nix that. I'll leave that for next. This doesn't show much. It's all right. Kind of like that, sort of. Nah. These ones are. Let's keep this one. Okay. Hmm. That's okay. Maybe. Possibly. That's pretty good. I really like that one. This one, well, kind of. That's okay. Actually, that's all right. And we don't need that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I gotta chunk out 8 of them. Okay, 12, 31. Let's see if I can do it here. This is a nice establishing shot. Um, this one's pretty good, but we will. Or I should have taken this one out, maybe. I really like that one. And we'll get this out too. Okay. And I'm definitely keeping that one. That's still an iffy. And let's get this one out. Let's see how many do we have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I still need to get rid of 3. Keeping that one. I mean, I like the whole distance thing here. Even though in a railroad, keep that one. Maybe I'll drop this one. So now 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here, we'll just wait a second. Yeah. Got to remember these are from the point of view of the animals, so I'll chunk this one out too. There we go. We'll just keep these. Stadium Jazz. Save. Save it in Jazz. Save it in Jazz. Save it as. And save image as. Save. Okay, good. It looks like we got all of our Disney ones now. And I guess tomorrow I'll do the MGM ones. See, this is one of those things where I have a few minutes, right? I have the buffer, so I have the 10-minute buffer, but I don't need a full 10-minute break. In other words, it's meant I'm actually streaming, just finishing up section 1 of part 1. Need the first stream today, where I'm grabbing some Disney background art. For inspiration. Okay. I already saved that one, right? Okay. In fact, why don't I go to favorites? Why don't I go to 1? And I guess what I should do is make sure that the 40 minutes is the hard cutoff where here, what you streaming? I'm making a game. Visuals aren't going to be put in until later, but right now I'm starting doing some concept work. Right now I'm grabbing references for a inspiration / mood board. So I stream in 2 parts, about 90 minutes, and I divide each 90 minutes into 2 35-minute with 5-minute read over in case I go over the time, which is frequent. Here I guess I can go ahead and, where is my link tree? My profile. You know what? There's my link tree. You can catch it at I'm streaming on YouTube. Okay, so uh, going on a 5 minute break. So I will be away from the computer for time. Stretch my legs. Okay. Now, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to that. Okay. So I'll see you in about 5 minutes, and we'll get into the narrative part. Okay. Yeah, I'm back. I'm a little bit late. Honestly, the start time should always be non-negotiable, right? So I should always be here on the start time, which should have been 45, because that's why you have the thing at the end. So you have, anyways, it doesn't really matter. So the next thing is, of course, working on the. That makes me wonder something too. Let's pull up Perfect Candidate, which is what I'm actually working on, and let's check. Let's go to Gemini and let's go into my notebook and let's see something here. "35 Flash all around help." Leave it at Flash because I'm not doing math and code right now. Um, enter pass. Okay, okay. The scaffolding thing is not something I am going to be looking at. If you don't know what that is, I basically asked it to help me out with turning my event text into actual narrative text. Okay. Here, I want to give you an idea of what this is if you don't know event pass versus. Um, there's an image. Not too bad. Ohm. That's Ohm's image. He goes by the name Ohm in IRC, Liberia.chat network in the Blender. Actually, he might be in the Gamedev one too. I'm not sure. Wow. Stupid imager. They banned me for whatever reason. I still don't to this day know why. Might be just because I'm conservative. So just so you know, you can leave if you have a problem with conservatives. Anyways, that's beside the point. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start out here, and let's see. Um, okay, so all this text up here is basically covers these two lines. Hebert walks around his home, checks out various spellbooks, scrolls, and loose papers, and then goes to the crystal ball. After going through a few candidates, he settles on John Thomas, who is from Cerulean, which happens to be our realm. Okay, so that's um okay, so that's that. Okay, but this is the actual text that I've written so far, and it seems kind of long, so I'll probably end up having to shorten it. But here we go. Where did I put it? Halfway muttered to himself as he pulled up some more papers and stacked them on his desk. Pull up some, let's say some papers because it's not more than what, right? Pulled up some papers and stacked them on his desk. Looking around at the mess in his study, he noticed a particularly long, unrolled scroll sitting in the middle of the room. As he rolled it up, the large crystal ball became visible, sitting in its cradle. Even though the scroll had been covering it, it still had a thin layer of dust that he promptly blew off and paused with his sleeve. Ah, here it is. Boy, you haven't been using ages, have you? As he waved his hand over the giant orb that started to glow. I need some volunteers to help me figure out what's going on around here. Show me 3 likely candidates that I may be shy or outcast, extremely smart, loyal, and seem amenable to the existence of magic. A triptych appeared out of thin air, as though it were being projected onto fog. Show me Daniel, commanded Halfway. Daniel's image seemed to take up most of the space as Halfway examined it. He seems ideal, but no, he seems to have gained his confidence after being taught karate. Please show me Harry. Amenable to magic, but after learning he was a wizard, gained some friends. No, he won't do either. Either. Maybe I should say either. My poor attempt at doing like a little bit of an accent, which is not very good, but The last one, John appeared as halfway, exclaimed, "Aha! This one should do nicely. Okay, we'll try John." At 5'6" John wasn't particularly tall. Brown, short hair, wearing jeans and a t-shirt that said S Raw Rat 77. And if you get that, hey, okay, if you get that reference, I will. I'll put your name or any name you want, as long as it's not obscene, into the game somewhere. Somewhere displayed prominently in text and later on in the imagery. If you get what S Raw Rat 77 is, uh, walking home from another boring day working at the library stocking shelves, he had just enough of his birthday money left to get his favorite candy bar, the Wonky Bar. Uh, Even though he had a job, any extra money that was given to him was greatly accepted. I should say greatly appreciated, maybe. Maybe. Uh, okay, so right, he stocks to the convenience store. He tries to figure out a way. Okay, so now this is the this is the other thing. In fact, this is I'm gonna ask Gemini because kind of the way I did this. Um, Copy. Okay, so it's oh, you know what? Dang, I forgot. Okay, let me do something really quick. Uh, Favorites. I was gonna start doing stuff this way. I'll show you in just a second here. Let's go to reference images. Okay. I usually at the end of my day, I usually say what I did over the day. Why does it keep on? Why does it have these stupid dang import files? I don't get it. When I'm just saving, I don't know where it's coming from. Is this a Linux thing or a Brave thing? I'm gonna have to ask somebody or search for something or do something. Okay, so let me do this little short recording. Okay, today is Wednesday, May 20th, 2026, and at the end of session one today, I managed to get the rest of the Disney background, Disney inspiration slash mood images. And so we did Alice yesterday, Cinderella the day before, and today we did Lady and the Tramp, Peter Pan. Right, four of them, right? Yeah. Oh, you know what? Oh, I got one more Disney one to do. Ichabod and Mr. Toad. That's right. Okay, I'll think about that for tomorrow. Anyways, that's what I did in session one today. Okay, sorry about that. Now back to here. Um, so it's Wednesday, May 20th. Of course, in the narrative pass chat. Okay, so here is the original A Perfect Candidate text. We're gonna do that. I notice that there's only like two sentences or one sentence? It's only like one sentence. John is going home. Usually I do a shift in either character grouping or scene change. Technically, this is a scene change. I'm wondering if I need to change my text a bit to reflect maybe halfway is watching John through the crystal ball, or should I move this to another page or whatever? I mean, I'm leaning toward making it look like we're still in halfway's study, and he's observing this through the crystal ball. We'll see what it says. I'm using Flash because it's fast, but also because I don't need code or math help. Even observe John is absolutely right call structurally. If you make a true smash cut scene, change the main server for one sentence, then immediately cut back to you were trying to figure out how to send the quick silver ticket. It creates whiplash for the player. Right, so he was looking for or we get the best of both worlds. Transition. Um, okay. So here's the text, the text as it so far. And let's just go ahead and we're going to copy this text here. This should be like that. It's probably not gonna get all the indentation and stuff. It's different things the way I paste different deals. So and it is said Hebrew study only looks through. Um, the anagram rearrangement of Star Wars. I wanted you to figure that out. I didn't want it to figure it out and say it, but that's all right. Um, there's there's a little there's more to the reference than Star Wars. Okay, so just remember that if you're watching this or if you're listening to this later or whatever, uh, remember SRARAT 77. There's a link to Star Wars in it, but that's not where it's from. Yeah, it's the comedic misfire. Okay. So let me see if I can fix this. He had brown short hair, was wearing jeans, and was wearing jeans and a t-shirt. Walking home. Okay, halfway observed John walking home from another boring day. Another boring work day at the library. Stocking shelves. Let me open up. Actually, let me do something here. Favorites. We're actually going to start this up. Okay, and so on and so forth. Two D and right, magic mailbox candidate. Okay. Now what was I gonna look here? Okay, and okay. Then what happens? Pulls open the door, puts a single silver ticket, destination. Okay, so here he's still at the library. That's interesting. So I have to change things. I have to kind of oh, string boot. Get that. Yeah. So mhm. Okay, so when does he stop at the convenience store though? That's the question, right? So we'll do the inside the wrapper one. John notices John working at the library. Okay, so right now he's still at the library. Now let's go the other way where he starts doing the hat magic, right? Okay, let's check that out. Bookcase on the six opens the computers, object translocation, conjure. Okay. Placing a quicksilver ticket disappears. John opens. It's partially visible. Okay, so this here he's already at the, and then this. Okay, so I get it. I get it. Okay. So in a sense, I have to kind of rearrange things a little bit and modify the text a little bit. I'm gonna have to think about in for future. Hmm. After looking over a few pages, I noticed that Perfect Candace already walking home from work, but um, um, in the magic mailbox, let's see, it's a wrapper. Okay. But using the magic mailbox, he observes John back at the library. If you attempt to use hat magic, he's already at the convenience store and has already bought his candy bar. So I have to rewrite a few things. I don't really want it to do anything. I want it to acknowledge it sometimes. Um, okay. Hmm. Um, the mailbox. Okay. This one he's still at there. This one he's already at the store. So I need the walking home line in here. Description. Recent clip. John work at his desk. Then he repairs. Yeah. Um. Actually, the page where the page that starts with Cat Magic should see him walking home and stopping at the store. The other one with the mailbox actually shows a day going by, but where he also does the same thing. So I simply need to remove that from a perfect candidate. I can even leave the description in there, just not the action of walking home yet, since he hasn't done that yet. Okay, so I think that's how I'm going to do it. And so we're going to go back to a perfect candidate. We're going to change this text, right? And I could say John is busily uh so here. Let's do it this way. Control C. We're gonna copy that, and then we're gonna go in here and back at the crystal ball. Halfway notices John walking home from work. John then stops a convenience store. Okay. All right. And that way, this can go as planned because this opening his favorite candy bar, and then this ticket. Okay, and so that kind of works for that. Now in here I can say John is busily halfway tells the ball to Joe where he is now, and the shows John in the library putting books onto the shelves. Okay. And we're gonna copy that text here. Okay. We're gonna save room. We're gonna Control S. We're gonna save room data. Clear that out. Okay. Now we're gonna go in here, and we are going to go ahead and this new one here. That. Okay. So new page text. And I'll modify the actual narrative text in a moment. Okay, so in this case, he's back at the library basically. So, okay, okay. So I'm gonna take this text here, and we're gonna basically kind of do the same thing with the. I'm saving this text because I want to remember that he's got his birthday money, even though he has a job. Okay. Um, a Chris the cryptic. Let's see. How do I say this? Uh, a triptych. Right. And that's actually an I there, not a Y there. I had them backwards. The triptych faded out, and all that was left was as John, as John, as halfway commanded. Show me what he's up to right now. Uh, an image appeared on the ball itself. It was John putting library books back on the shelves. That John wasn't particularly tall. I'm sure it was wearing jeans. That's 7. Okay. So okay. Hmm. Okay. So it's almost time for me to go here now. Obviously, it didn't. Okay. Here's the new narrative text. Okay. Uh, We solve the continuity problem. Okay. That's another thing. That's another thing is a little continuity here. He attempts a bit of hat magic, but it goes wrong. However, there are two ways to get the ticket to John. Use the magic mailbox, which takes longer, or use a spell. So, even though I still want the book switch from a magic misfire to happen, I need a reason for him to A, put on the hats in the first place. What was he trying to do when executing spell? And B, the other thing, um, and B, what was B? I forget what I was saying. Magic. Actually, I think I just he tries a spell, it goes wrong. Causing the book switch. So why would he want to attempt another spell? Now, I know why he does it compared to the mailbox, because the magic mailbox is slow. But if he just did a spell, it misfired, maybe he won't do it again. And actually, I might have just solved my own problem. He's trying to conjure the hat magic book, and that doesn't work. Okay, so I think I can fix that one too. Alright, so one more time here. That's not it. Perfect candidate. instead of going to into the library and taking the time to find the hat magic book, and decides he'll try a spell first. Try to conjure first. Okay, and then he exclaims, he he curses under his breath and then proceeds to head to the library. We'll say, no, he doesn't do that just yet. So, breath. And there's something about taking too long, and then goes to his desk. There we go. And this might be kind of long, but this is what I'm working with right now. Okay, save room data. Okay. Rewritten text. And after this, I'm at the end of this session and this particular stream. So I'll talk to you tomorrow about the next bit of narrative tasks. Okay, now, all right. So I guess I'll be done with that. I guess I'm done for my break. So I'll be on break for about an hour like usual, and then I'll come back at 2:30 my time and finish out the day. So thank you for watching part 1, and I will see you in an hour, possibly.